go get light and power. Them hustle sote, they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you loud down. Yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't the politico. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Man of the masses. Mayegun don't come. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun don't come. This man not the off him.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo to do.
Good morning to you in America. Good morning to you in Canada. Good afternoon to you in Nigeria. Good afternoon to you all over Europe. And then maybe good evening to you, those of you in Australia and other Asian countries, I would say. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me. Please take your time, okay? Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. So short, but it is indeed deep, okay? Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today, your frenemies in particular. Genocide is taking place right now in Okuama, in Delta State, courtesy of Tinubu. Please. Seven new people have been kidnapped by the Fulani terrorists. The same people who have kidnapped over 900 Nigerians in the last 3 weeks. They've added to the number. Put the number over 1,000 now. Kidnapped. And there is no sign or any proof that they will be rescued. Nigerian army is flexing muscles in Delta State as we speak, committing genocide, committing ethnic cleansing. I am saying this loud and clear. Share it. On my way to the studio this afternoon, that was when the news, one very strange news dropped on my laps. People, they still train coaches. Like, you steal cars. They steal coaches of train. It is in Borno State. Now, Motide. So you know how we do it, right? Some of you are just waking up, or probably just getting to work. Now, you can listen, just the voice and the whole thing, right? But for those who have any free time, that would love to be part of this, all you have to do is to pick up your phone, okay? The number is on your screen. If you are calling from outside the UK, just make sure you put the prefix, the +44, just as it is on your screen. And then I could be talking to you in the next few minutes, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the news of the killings of soldiers in Nigeria is one news that has managed to take the minds of so many of you, your anger, your rage, what have you, from the budget padding, the hundreds of billions of naira that has become a bazaar in the hands of the rogues that are telling you to keep calm, cool down, and give Tinubu time. Now, I think this is sort of taking the heat off them, the senators of Nigeria. Now, it is now the Nigerian military, Nigerian soldiers. Now, let me tell you something, oh. You see what corruption does to people, I mean, like a nation, is so bad that some news will become so strange. Like, how did that even happen? Is that even possible? And that is why we keep reminding a lot of you who are really educated, exposed, never to use anything you have learned from anywhere or try to apply it to that of the intentionally rigged system in Nigeria. Everything that makes sense elsewhere, they will become useless in Nigeria. And it is intentional, very much intentional. The Nigeria military that a lot of us grew up fearing. We did not respect military. I don't think there is any one of us who actually respects the military or respects soldiers. We fear them. We dread them. Because it is only the Nigerian military that will have enough muzzle, enough bullets, bombs, to kill their own people. And the way they do it, right? They will bring Fulani soldiers, Yoruba soldiers, and take them to the eastern Nigeria to wreak havoc. Okay? Then they will take Igbo soldiers, Ijo soldiers, and the rest of them from that, the Niger Delta part, they will take them and send them to go and face the Boko Haram, trained on, with 50,000 naira salary. So yeah, it is like that, okay? So the terrorists that are killing people up north, okay, they are sort of being faced with Nigerian soldiers that are completely, more or less, like sacrificial lambs, mostly, right? So you see Yoruba soldiers, you will see that they push them to that side, right? But when they need to do the internal ethnic cleansing, they'll bring some soldiers from elsewhere who don't speak your language, who they have told you are an enemy, and they call them the enemy zone. Whether children, women, all of them are there. I'm talking about real communities, so communities that are really functional, not bushes, so not forests. So. And the same Nigeria military, compromised, corrupt military, will give you 1,000,001 reasons why they cannot invade the Sambisa forest or invade every hideout of the terrorists up north, because there are women and children there. Oh, their kidnappers are there. There will be too many casualties where terrorists are. They do not have a chance. But you see where civilians are, where they want to carry out their internal terrorism, corruption. Of course, women and children won't matter then. Obasanjo did it. Yeah, the first person to do it to the people of Niger Delta was Abacha. That was when the Abacha soldiers invaded Ogoni land, and they killed and burned and until they were satisfied. Obasanjo's army also entered Bayelsa State. And they kill and kill and kill until they were done. Over 370 people were slaughtered and murdered simply because they could do it. And what was the story behind that? You have been hearing OD massacre, OD massacre, OD massacre. Great. It's a well-documented crime committed by Nigeria against their own people, Nigerian government too, against their people. Now, the story is that in 1999, when Alamesia was planning to be governor, so he gathered some criminals, bought guns for them, and they worked for him to make him governor. So immediately became governor. He abandoned them. So some of them just went into crime. And there was a prominent one, very notorious, Baba Ken or so. Right? So this Ken guy was well armed. And he was into all kinds of crimes in that Bayelsa, especially Yenagua, the capital. Kidnapping, armed robbery, and all of that stuff. So Obasanjo, who was said to have, was aware of all the criminals used in different parts of Nigeria for election. So then sent his own commissioner of police from that state to go after those criminals. The first time the policemen arrived at the camp of these supposed political criminals, they killed all of them. And Obasanjo sent another set. But before then, they said Obasanjo asked Alamesia to hand them over, give him their names and all of that stuff. So once they killed the policemen, they now made Danjuma at the time was their Minister of Defense, if I remember. Amalu was still in service too. Some of the Abacha boys. It was 1999. So the soldiers who moved down encountered these guys again, and they killed some of them. And that was the moment. It became war. So what did Obasanjo do? There was no evacuation. There was nothing. The people that they came for, they knew them. They actually knew them. But you know what Obasanjo did? The entire community had to pay for it. So they mobilized 300 soldiers. First batch. Another 300. The operation that lasted for 21 days, Baba. They killed 378 people. Most of them innocent people, women and children in that community. Not exact criminals that they went for. Under Bukwari, they have been carrying out ethnic cleansing in Igbo land. I have been one of those that has been raising alarm on that. And the reason why I have to raise alarm on that is because Nigeria's injustice, there are enough injustice in Nigeria to go around. Everybody will collect. It just comes in different shapes, sizes, and forms, but it is with the same intense purpose to remind you that Nigeria is not for you, right? Bukwari has been killing. At a point, Amnesty International gave a record that innocent young Igbos have either been kidnapped or killed, and they actually put a record. Over 1,500 young people have been slaughtered in the name of looking for IPOB or ESN in eastern Nigeria. A coded RNG of killing the young people, it's called ethnic cleansing. Just give it a name. No trial, no nothing. Just kill them. They went to a community from Imo State to Anambra, to Ebonyi. The Nigeria military will enter a community buzzing with civilians, and they open fire on them. And their media, Nigeria media, oh dear, they are ready to actually help them tell the story. The Nigerian troop yesterday carried out an operation in the camp of the unknown gunmen. Oh dear, in the camp of ESN. And guess what? ESN has no camp that these guys can actually touch, and they know it. If you want to look for the ESN, you have to be like a Fulani terrorist. You have to go into the deep jungle of the Igbo land. You will encounter them. They know where they are. They know where the ESN and why the ESN is there in the forest. tackling the Fulani terrorists. They know it. But they will leave the forest. They never encounter them in the forest. They go straight into communities and they blame them the Nigeria way. And now, if you allow all these Kiniko to come to your community, if you cannot, then they can kill everybody. And that's how they will come to your community one day. It is Nigeria. They will come to your community and they will accuse them of something, and then boom, 200 people have been slaughtered, including women and children. And that is what is going on in Okuama right now. In Okuama, a community in Delta State, from what we have heard, Okoloba, I need your help. I've been doing my research to know the politician that they said has been having land battle with them and trying to take their land. Imagine the Yorubas. Imagine the Jaws, trying to take over the land of the Yorubas. And the usual Fulani way, kill everybody that you can kill or send them away from the place and then take over the town. In this 21st century, 2024, that's the ideology. So I'm still trying to, the only politician that kept coming up on my radar is the man who said all of us should go and get gun. They should legalize gun in Nigeria. Ned Nwoko. That's the only name that keeps popping up and keeps popping up on my radar, but I haven't really found any concrete evidence to say that's probably him, because he's also been accused of land grabbing in Delta State as a land grabber himself. A billionaire, they claim, but he's a land grabber. He's had so many cases. In fact, he has a case against Showore where he's suing Sahara reporters for defamation by exposing all his shady deals and using his influence to arrest people. This guy, they arrest kings. But I don't think he's from Okoloba. Except if some of you have something that I need on that. So they have been fighting, two communities, over land. This is our land. No, it's not your land. It's our land. And they have been killing themselves. And that's where the corruption of Nigeria comes in. Where law and order should be upheld and protected, the lawbreakers took charge. The Nigerian soldiers, within two majors, one captain, one go settle. Like, which disputes they won't go settle, that they had to like and pick and select a handful of soldiers that will only listen to their superiors that led them there. There are those who said they went there for peace meeting. What kind of peace meeting? There were no people from Okoloba in this community. Okay? Okuama. So it's not like they are meeting to settle something and the soldiers came to come and mediate. No. Waiting that they do inside that place. Corruption. Here is what they told us from an eyewitness too. The last time they said they came and demanded for the chief priest. Others said no, it wasn't the chief priest they demanded for. It was actually the leaders of the town. Listen.
Okuama community. Some of us now, our children, we never see them. Our parents, we never see them. Inside the bush now where we hide now, so dead body dead there. Now we they talk so. So we won't make government come rescue us. Now, we they cry to the government, may they come help us.
They also refuted the circulating media reports alleging that members of Okuama community initiated an attack on the military personnel in the river, dismissing such claims as entirely false.
We Okuama community, we very peaceful community. We not attack army for inside river. The army they come meet us for peace talk. We entertain them for inside our town hall. Put money, put cola, wage down for them that day. Now after the entertainment, they won't go now. Now they can't tell us, they won't carry our leaders, they follow body go. Then we say no, e no go possible like that. Now una come for peace talk. Una no come carry our leaders follow body go again. We no want am in that way. So the army na they come get angry once, begin dey shoot. Presently now, none of us dey the community again.
We no attack the military men in the river, because when they came, we are in the town hall. We entertain them, drink and money. We wish cola for them. So they were very happy when they see the entertainment. Then after that, when they say they want to take the community chairman and the secretary and some other leaders away, it is there they say they cannot be able to follow them. When their machines might so delay and open fire right there in the community town hall, kill many of the youth, the women, and some other children.
They urge the federal government, state government, and military authorities to conduct a thorough investigation to uncover the truth behind the incidents. They question why the military personnel will seek to take their community leaders with them after the supposed peace talks, emphasizing.
You get so the soldiers came for peace talk, like the infamous Asaba massacre by that murderer, genocidist, Muritala Muhammad. That's exactly what was about to play out, or in fact played out. So they said the soldiers and their leaders came for peace talk. Remember, disputes over land where they are already killing themselves. So peace talk, after breaking cola, drinking their gin, maybe some money too, they demanded that they were going to take. So the trip was not for peace talk. So they deceived the community for peace talk. But the intention was to actually arrest their leaders. And when they resisted, the soldiers opened fire on them. Okay? And that was the beginning of the killings. So the soldiers left the hall. And in that process, the people of the community, they are in the town hall anyway, they managed to overpower some of them. And the few that escaped, they were caught when they were about to jump on the river to escape, which means the military went there to carry out an unofficial job. Because if the official job was to arrest the leaders, why would military arrest civilians in the first place? They are not police. That's how you see a dysfunctional, a failed country. All right? So it was when they caught with the second set. Do you remember how they've already killed like about 3-4 people where they are doing peace talk. So who are they doing peace talk with? Nigeria military. Abid the Okoloba people. We think concern Nigeria military in arresting the community leader that they just had their peace meeting with. Well, here is what their king got to say on this.
It's a very sad times for our kingdom, for Delta State, and for Nigeria generally. It is really a very, very sad time. And my heart is really saddened. These military men, they are people who are there to protect our nation. They should be held in high esteem. They are there to protect us from people who are there to invade and or to commit heinous crimes. It is very sad that these same people who are there to protect us, who are one of us, that this kind of heinous crime will be carried out and they will be killed in the process. It is very, very sad. It is disheartening. I totally condemn it. It is unacceptable. And to cry it up, one of them who's been killed in the process is somebody who put in all he could at the time of my presentation of Star of Office sometime in November last year. He was very supportive. He stood firmly by me. I'm short of words. May their souls and the souls of the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace.
Alaye is trying to protect his own pot of soup since the killings happened. The entire community has been subjected to burning. And that is done by the Nigeria military. And Tinubu has now given them the directive to fish out those who killed the soldiers slayers. That's what you call them. Because they said that it was in response to them being killed. The number of people killed so far in this community is still unknown. All right? But the news they are pushing everywhere is that the soldiers were killed, they were ambushed, and the rest of that, no, they were not. They were there on an unofficial assignment, a corrupt assignment where they themselves and their killers, right, are supposed to be brought to justice. It's unfortunate that that happened, sincerely, and that's what corruption can do. Because if you go there in the capacity of somebody who is going there on an official assignment, okay, so you will go there, you will announce to them and say, we are coming here to arrest your leaders. And we do hope that you are not going to resist. And as professionals, you do not turn your guns on unarmed civilians. And that's one thing about Nigeria, a lawless jungle, as it is. So, on the other part, 87 people have been kidnapped in Kaduna by the same Fulani terrorists who are also using the same mode of operation, MO, like the Boko Haram. So they haven't made demand, but again, like Osama bin Gumi said, if you don't negotiate with them, what these kidnappings you are witnessing now, they're just the tip of the iceberg. But ladies and gentlemen, 1,000 people are now in the captive of 1,000 people are now captives in the captivity of these terrorists up north. And somehow, a lot of people are questioning that how many more would have to be gone before some of you will realize that, you see, when you have autopilot is when machines programmed to act and then keep something flying, like your plane, right? Like plane. So aircraft that is flying on autopilot can fly for some time without human input and all that. Nigeria is not on any autopilot. Like Nigeria has no government. Then Nigeria is not on any autopilot. Nigeria is on a spiral downfall, right? That its crash will be more disastrous than anybody can ever imagine. It will be much disastrous. Here, the Nigerian military, who are like others, the DSSC, the DIA, the NIA, and the rest of the police and the rest of them, they are more interested in protecting the interest of the criminals in charge of Nigeria than even Nigeria, not even to talk of you Nigerians. Their loyalty is to these rogues that they are sort of ready to kill and defend in the face of all of this. So you are on your own, where you've always been. So 87 people in Kaduna, again, probably put the number of those that have been kidnapped in Kaduna alone to over 500 in the last 3 weeks. And I still keep wondering, how cool the rest of Nigeria seems to be. I mean, how, like, what do you want us to do? Maybe nothing. Here is one of their usual demo. I think this one is Chief of Army Staff. I've been a Chief of Defense Staff. Meeting with the governor of Kaduna. And there is something about them. So, I told you something about the Nigerian.